This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show. This is an intro. Who needs an intro? I don't need an intro. This is just a vape show. It's just a vape show. Vape show.
YouTube, what is up? I'm your homeboy Josh, back at you, and today we're taking a look at the Azeroth RDTA. You spaz. It's an RTA this time, not an RDTA. It says so right in the box. This one's an RTA. This one's an RTA, okay? An Azeroth RTA from CoilArt. Yeah, from CoilArt by CoilTech. There you go. They name everything the Azeroth and the Mage. I don't know why. It's always either the Azeroth or the Mage. This one's an Azeroth. Okay. Yeah, I can see how that can be confusing for you. What's cool about it? Well, it's a 24 millimeter RTA that holds 4.5 milliliters of juice. And plus it comes with all this stuff. Just look at all this stuff that it comes with. I mean, I love stuff. It's a 3-piece RTA. Got your top cap, which is nothing to write home about really. I mean, it's a metal top cap. It's cold on the lips, then until it's super hot on the lips. It's just not very comfortable. I ditched it pretty damn quick. But you also get an alternate Delrin top cap if that's just too damn hot for you. And I can tell you, even vaping at about 60 watts or so, it's a bit hot. You've got your tank. The tank is simple enough. It holds 4.5 milliliters of juice. It's a Pyrex tank and it comes with an extra, which is always nice just in case you break it. But I've dropped it, haven't had an issue. Your chimney has this beautiful CoilArt logo on it. You know, dude, you and I, we really need to work on your vocabulary. I mean, it's an engraving. Beautiful? It's straight, but beautiful? Come on, do better, bro. And the chimney has a really nice conical top to it, which is perfect for creating immense flavor. Aside from that, you've got 1, 2, 3 airflow holes, which line up for the 3 coils in this RTA. Yes, it is the first postless 3-coil system. It's a very original looking deck. What the fuck is that thing? What the fuck is it? I have to tell you that that was my introduction to this device, and I heard about it about a month ago. About a month ago, I started hearing about this device, and people on Instagram were DMing me, and people on YouTube were commenting on me and asking me, have you seen this deck? Have you seen this deck? It looks amazing. I can't wait to try it. And I sucked it up and I went to Instagram and I checked out the deck, and I have to say, I've been really excited to see this device because this deck is just fucking gorgeous. Dude, I don't get it. You're really easily impressed, aren't you? It looks like a maze or a turbine or some sort of gold relic from some lost tribe in the Amazon. Dude, it looks like a fucking fidget spinner. It looks like my drug dealer's hubcap. I mean, it's a cog, it's a spoke in a bicycle. It's, I don't know, it's the most unique, one of the most unique looking decks that I've ever seen. It's just beautiful looking. How it has layers to it. How it has it's weird looking, man. Just leave it at that. It's freaking weird looking. Basically, the way that this deck works is there's 1, 2, 3 negatives sort of milled into the deck itself. Off of the positive post coming up from the middle, you've got this sort of, I mean, it's an interesting deck, man. I'll give you that. It's different, but it's not rocket science. You got 1, 2, 3 negative posts that are milled into the deck, and then coming out from the positive post in the middle, you got these 3 spokes that line up right next to the negative posts. And then they insulate the connection between the two with a bit of peak, so it's not going to create any sort of shorts, and they call it a day. It's that simple. It looks really fucking cool. And you've got, you know, these tiny post holes in each one of them. Yeah, I said tiny post holes because they're tiny. They're really small post holes, which is a little bit disappointing, but I guess with a triple coil system, you don't need anything too crazy. I mean, they're not that tiny, dude. I mean, look at me. I know tiny. I know what tiny is. These are not that tiny. You can fit triple core aliens in here. You can fit a nice stack of staple in here. It's a little bit more versatile than you're making it out to be. Come on, let's be fair. I've seen pictures where people have managed to fit alien coils in there. I wasn't up for the struggle. I decided to make just a quick sort of helix style build. So I made a micro clapton out of 30 gauge and 40 gauge. Dude, by the way, this drill of yours that you're always gaga over, it ain't 5,000 RPMs. It's this generic hyper tough brand. You paid 18 bucks for it at the frickin' Walmart, and it ain't 5,000 RPMs, man. I got news. It's a 3,000 RPM drill. That's it. It's straight though. Gets the job done. Dude, would you quit fucking with the camera and just build the damn thing already? Shit. Clean your goddamn lens, dude. What the fuck? That shit's gross. By the way, Waffles, just as weird as he is. This jacket back here, she names her fucking jackets, dude. That one's name is Jaquez. I shit you not. God, are you trying to blind us, dude? Move your damn lights. Thank you. Dude, did you just switch hands midway through? Or you locked the drill in place and switched hands halfway through? Dude, you're not that good of a builder. What are you doing? You're not that good. You're just not. Okay, now this shit's just getting boring. Can we speed this thing up a little bit? Great.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. This is my handle, this is my...
Ow! God! Dude, you hit me in the neck. In the fucking neck. I twisted that together just to give it a little bit of flair. Helixed in one side of it with 34 gauge and then 38 gauge on top of it, leaving the other side of the helix blank. So it's kind of like instead of a double helix, it's a single helix. Just to mix it up a bit. Why not?
I'd like to know where I can file my complaints. The whole world is a puzzle, came with parts and it came with struggle. We started building and we're missing a few things. We won't go unless we want to go. We don't owe death anything at all. We will count all the rings on our family trees, and it's always been up to us to choose what kind of mark we leave. Well, I had a thought, it's a small world after all, and if that is the case, then why am I in the same spot? Lost cause with a golden soul, poor as dirt, feel just as old. We would have laughed at the joke, but the punchline was too real. We won't go unless we want to go. We don't owe death anything at all. We will count all the rings on our family trees, and it's always been up to us
That was kind of anticlimactic. Ohms out at 0.24 ohms. I vape it at somewhere around 70, 75 watts or so, something like that. It's a tasty vape. It's got a lot of flavor. These are, you know, triple coils. And I didn't want to go too crazy because wicking on this device is a little bit light from what I see. I'm just able to wick all 3 coils there, no problem, but the wicks go down really deep is the thing. I knew in my art if I put too much wick in there, if I made these coils too beefy, juice just wasn't going to make it up that wick. So I made the coils a bit thinner. I wrapped them around a 2.8 millimeter bit, I want to say. 2.4 or 2.8, one or the other. And that made them tiny enough that I could wick in there good and tight, but I didn't have too much wick in the wicking holes. Sounds kind of finicky with the wicking on this one. You know, it might work better as an RDTA. I wonder if the guys over at CoilArt have thought about that. Motherfucker. But as it is, it still performs very well. It's got good flavor, good vapor production, plenty of airflow. I find myself closing this thing down about a quarter of the way, honestly. And I definitely prefer the Delrin top as opposed to the metal top, but I really wish that it came with an option where I could use my own drip tips. Someone out there is going to say, but you can put a drip tip on top of this thing. It'll look stupid. I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. They made their choice not to have a connection that allows for me to have my own drip tips. I'll get over it. It's fine. It works fine with the Delrin. I feel like the metal gets a little bit warm. Knurling at the bottom is very nice. Airflow opens and closes very easily. It doesn't spin around. It doesn't bullshit. It's just easy to open and close, which is nice because sometimes you either get those airflow rings that just don't turn easily at all, and sometimes you get those airflow rings that just fall right off the bottom completely, and then he loses the fucking thing and I have to hear him bitching about it. So this one's just perfect. And if you want, it comes with a velocity style deck too, but why fuck with a velocity style deck when you've got this beautiful triple coil system here? Dude, because everything has to come with a velocity style deck now. Didn't you get the memo? And of course you get your alternate set of O-rings, your extra screws, all that kind of stuff, and the customary CoilArt vape band. It's not a bad vape. It's a fun deck to fuck around with. Nice big juice fill ports as well. Yeah, the fill ports, they're huge. I mean, you can just dump juice in these things. They're just ginormous. Easy to take off the top cap, fill it up, close it back up, and get back to vaping. If there's anything that can make this device that much better, I would say make it bigger, make it wider, give it more space for building, more space for wicking, and let us use our own goddamn drip tips. This business of coming with a Delrin option and a metal option, that's not a choice. Just include something that we can use our own drip tips with. And I know someone's gonna say you can just put the drip tip right on top of this thing. It won't look good, trust me, it just won't. Otherwise, it's not a bad vape at all. Anyway guys, I appreciate all the things you guys do, the likes, the comments, the subs. 2 more ways you can support the channel. I've got a list of affiliate links in the description on each and every video, along with a link to the Patreon account if you feel like making a contribution to the channel, and I definitely appreciate you. That's the Azeroth RTA from CoilArt by CoilTech. Till next time, I'm your homeboy Josh. Vape on, Vapers.